Chapter 1. The Blue Cube. Quinn knew something was fundamentally wrong with his perception, specifically his spatial reasoning. It was the only explanation. He was standing in the interventional radiology suite, monitoring catheter prep as the primary scrub nurse for an urgent mechanical thrombectomy, a high-stakes procedure to pull a large clot from the patient's brain. It was entirely because, standing across from the lead neuroradiologist, Dr. Lin, he suddenly noticed a faintly glowing blue cube hovering near his left shoulder. The cube was small, about the size of a dice, pulsating with a cool internal light. Dr. Lin, renowned for his speed and precision, was entirely focused on the angiography screen, maneuvering a microcatheter with infinitesimal control. As Quinn stared at the impossible blue cube, doubting his sanity, the cube seemed to register his gaze. It dematerialized into a needle-thin stream of light that zipped across the sterile field and pierced the center of his forehead. Amidst the shocking sensation, a prompt, clearer than a loudspeaker, sounded directly in his consciousness. Ding, you gained +1 experience in... Ding, you gained +1 experience in... An incredible torrent of knowledge instantly flooded Quinn's mind. It wasn't just book knowledge, it was the embodied, perfect spatial experience of 1,000 successful neuro procedures. He could suddenly visualize the patient's entire circle of Willis, every twist, every micron-sized branch, every calcified plaque, as clearly as if he were holding a physical model. This influx of expertise was staggering, instantly elevating his understanding of the entire procedure to a level far beyond his current role, which was strictly limited to preparing and handing over sterile equipment. It was worth noting that Quinn was barely 6 months out of nursing school, and his position as an IR scrub nurse was considered the bottom rung, the essential but least celebrated role in the high-tech, multi-million-dollar suite. Dr. Lin, on the other hand, was operating on 2 hours of sleep, having been called in at 2 a.m. for this critical case. He was utterly exhausted, fighting the subtle tremor fatigue brought to his hands. Quinn, momentarily frozen by the experience, missed a beat in his concentration. Dr. Lin immediately noticed. He didn't look up from the X-ray screen, his voice tight with controlled exhaustion. "Nurse, focus. Are the heparin flushes ready?" Quinn quickly confirmed they were, but the radiologist's terse tone underscored his low standing. In his eyes, he was just the person who kept the sterile tray organized, easily replaced. Just as Dr. Lin was attempting a delicate push of the thrombectomy wire, his exhausted control faltered. The wire snagged a microbranch. Beep, beep, beep. The continuous line of the patient's blood pressure monitor dropped sharply, immediately followed by the anesthesiologist's urgent call. "Dr. Lin, pressure is 70/45. There's a sudden acute neurological change." "Impossible!" Dr. Lin exclaimed, staring at the angiography screen. The screen showed a sudden, disturbing lack of blood flow in a large region. His heart hammered in his chest. His fatigue had caused a catastrophic arterial dissection, or vasospasm, potentially turning a salvageable stroke into a fatal outcome. He backed the catheter out slightly, attempting to visually map the now constricted vessels on the 2D screen. But the anatomical knowledge required to instantly locate the point of failure and determine a safe correction was too vast and too complex, especially under duress and exhaustion. "Inject nimodipine. Vasospasm protocol now!" Dr. Lin shouted, his voice cracking, but he was losing critical time. He stared, agonizingly tracing the vessels, his decades of experience momentarily failing him in the face of this unpredictable crisis. But Quinn, with the cool, impossible clarity of his new skill, saw it instantly. It wasn't a generalized vasospasm. It was a discrete tear and secondary occlusion in a rarely cited variant middle cerebral artery branch. The repair required a counterintuitive, almost backward threading of a softer catheter. Dr. Lin was about to advance the wire into the wrong collapsing vessel. The clock was ticking, and the patient's brain was dying. Quinn took a steadying breath, his low-status role forgotten. He spoke, his voice cutting through the panic with unnatural precision. Dr. Lin, stop. It's the superior trunk variant. You need to use the whisper wire, not the synchro. Retract to the M1 segment and approach dorsally. Now. Dr. Lin jerked back, his head snapping up. He looked at the scrub nurse with an expression of utter disbelief, then down at the screen and back at him, ready to shout down the insubordinate error. What did you say? Dorsal approach? Variant? But even as the accusation formed on his lips, Dr. Lin's extensive neuroanatomy knowledge clicked. The superior trunk variant. It was a diagnostic thought he himself was too exhausted and stressed to reach. The dorsal approach was the only way to avoid shearing the vessel wall. He instantly realized the scrub nurse, Quinn, had just diagnosed the crisis point with surgical-level precision.